Hey beauties, good morning to you. I've been following the Katt Williams saga, let me call it that way. Katt Williams have been just, I wouldn't say outing out anybody, I wouldn't say that. That's not the impression that I get from him. He has always been very vocal. He's a funny guy, he's a funny dude, just his tone. Bernie Mac, Chris Tucker, Chris Rock, these guys, I don't know, their voices, they were definitely made for comedy. They're very good with stand-up comedy and even acting too. And but one of the profound things as to why I'm going to mention Katt Williams' situation, because I want us to use everything to learn from it. He made something. He made mention that he just wanted to get to Hollywood without and keeping his buttocks virgin and his mouth not sucking on an organ that he himself has. So you understand what he's really saying. And what I like with what he has said overall is that because he has not so-called, he never said the word sell his soul to the devil. I'm just paraphrasing and putting everything in one terminology. That because he has never sold himself to the devil, he has maintained and garnered a lot of wealth. At one point, I think he heard him saying that what he saw they put up as his net worth, he had in his pocket one day. And the guy, that thick, big, all-staring looking man there, I don't know if he was a footballer or something of the sort, that black man that is interviewing him, laughed, saying, what the heck? Your net worth in your pocket? Like, it was kind of funny. And I'm saying, oh, and he was being serious. Like he was saying, I did, because I guess he has his investments. He makes his money the way he makes it in comedy. And I'm sure other ways, so on and so forth. So, and that is one of the things that I really admire with Katt Williams, his level of one thing. Let me tell you, with me, whether I agree with you, yes or no, you see, if you're truthful and you're authentic and you're honest, and let me tell you something, you can tell when people are being very authentic. It's like our spirit, our energy, our body, our mind, our soul pick it up. Even if you're disingenuous, you know that the person is telling the truth. You might not want to admit it to the public, you may not want to say it, but you know when somebody is telling the truth. You know it. Hardly you might miss, and the person can try and convince you, and in the long run you hear that they're lying. But the way how he has been speaking, and he's able to give scenarios and incidents, real life, you said, that guy is saying some truth. I don't know anything about the other people. I can't say, this, that, or the other. I might disagree with some of the things that he has said. But in the sense, like, he may consider somebody not funny or very funny, or who he thinks plays a woman better than a man. I might agree with what he has said, in some of these things, But one of the things that Katt Williams has shown us is that, once you don't sell your soul to the devil, a freedom comes over you. A freedom, a peace. You might go through difficulties. Murphy's Law will visit you. You will, the enemy will send his messenger to torment you, so to speak. But you see, when you come on that mountaintop, you're at peace. You're at peace. You can be real. You can be authentic. You will feel free. You don't have to say, boy, say, lie me there, tell. When the man was free as a bird. Him full of lyrics, though, man. He was free as a bird, and that comes with being authentic. Being authentically you. We live in a world where people want to turn people into what they think they should be because of their own brokenness. Sometimes they want to be you, but because they can't be you, because of how they're, maybe physically, how they're made and how they look and the personality that they have, they can't get to be you, so you must not be you. Worse if you're beautiful, worse if you're gifted and talented. Lord have his mercy. The Old Testament psalms, them will come out in their numbers. And that's one of the things that he showed me. I said, but just listening to him, you can hear that he's just been authentic. You interview me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not making up anything. I'm not going to lie. You're tired of the lies and the fake and the false. Authenticity. As a man said, him need to probably make some merch that has, like you'd say, for example, let me borrow former president's line when he says he wants to make America great again. Let truth be great again. Something like that he said, and he's all right. Probably would do a little one for myself. Let truth be great again. It doesn't matter if it squeeze the bunny and our corner, so the imaginary bunny and coming, not a bunny and con for my toes. You know? But the level of authenticity. Some of the people that I see come out and say things, you can't see them saying he's lying because they probably know it's truth. They probably know it's truth. And all they need to probably do and go and say, boy, I never for out me out, so, but boy, you know, you're right still. And they need to regroup and come again. Not going to get into people personal things, because nobody is perfect. So, you know, with some of the other names that he would have called for this, that, or the other, that is, you know, I'm not God. Let God deal with people. May have to work out my own salvation with fear and with trembling, as the word of God says. What I'm here to talk about is the fact that we need to be authentic and we need to be truthful, not in terrible ways, not to be mean and coarse and callous to people, because you want them to feel pain and you want them to feel hurt. But truth to set people free, so that you can also be made free, not just be set free. Set free and made free are two different things. Set free, your hands are bound. I can set you free, but your mind is still bound. So when you're made free, your mind is unbound and freed. So there's a difference with set free and made free. Beautiful people, be authentic. Me, as you know, when I think about myself, especially as it relates to church people, and they're one of the most disingenuous people on the planet. I'm not trying to knock them. I'm not trying to be discourteous or rude, or one of the most disingenuous people. They have mastered putting on a falsity. Jesus said it when he was here, you know, with basically the church people, with the Pharisees, the Sadducees. As a man said, them far you see, them sad you see, you know. Fake, false. And if you don't dress a certain way or look a certain way, automatically you're of the kingdom of darkness. When Jesus was actually saying the opposite. It's not about your outward appearance. Not to say that you must look a certain, you must not look appropriate. But it is really a matter of the heart. It is about the heart. The heart, the mind, the soul. And they will box you into this thing, want to turn you and say, it must be this, you must do that, or you're not. What? That's not a biblical. We have brought in a lot of culture into church and call it gospel, when it is not gospel, as a man would say, gospel. It is not. It is not. We don't even have all of them tell you say King James come with this about his 66 books. And that's 66 books, you know, more than that, but we're not getting into that. That's for another time. That's for another time, and for minds that have been mentally freed, emancipated and freed, and they're at a high intelligence quotient and a high emotional intelligence, then we can have that discussion. But Katt Williams just reminded me of, there's something about when people are authentic. All if they're not being good, when I say not being good, like they're being negative, so to speak. That is why God was able to use Saul, you know. Saul was, even in his persecution of the Christians, he was really being himself. He never pretended to be sweet and nice and dandy. He was just, he never pretended to be that. He was not like the Old Testament Saul who was fake, who was false, who, when God said, get rid of everybody, get rid of king, what that king did name again, and when you trace him, he's related to his family lineage, showed all the way back to Haman, who wanted to kill Mordecai under the gallows. You know? King Agag or something like that, say get rid of everybody. And when Samuel said, how you say get rid of everything, and me hear some bleating and sheep and wait, I want to go on here, so. And him look, all of the finest and best things. I said, Samuel, so why you lie? Why you deceive? Why did you deceive me? Why did you be, I don't mean you deceive really. Why you deceive God? What? Saul, you're crazy? No man, me did want to sacrifice him. What? Him want what? Like him take God for idiot and fool. Him lucky God ever strike him down dead right there and then. Just the Spirit of God just said, no, sir. 38 years God's Spirit left Saul. So till him seek, go be a man. Eh? So till him seek, go be a woman, me should have say. Hey. Authenticity. It should be the order of the day. Being real, being truthful. You don't have to be coarse and you don't have to be disrespectful. You don't have to be callous. Just be real with people. Be truthful. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell your bodies. Don't sell a darn thing unless a God, you don't have to sell it to God. But the body belongs to him and he make you. And see the man say I'm still wealthy, I'm still okay. Because I trust God. Guys, think on these things. Follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message, everybody.